Hello folks, it's time for Sparkle's second Innistrad adventure, and well, let's see what's coming to us here in the first pack. There is the obvious bond rare, the Bloodline Keeper, which I will take. Apart from that, there is a Falcon Rat Noble, which is also superb, a Battle Ghoul, which is good as well. It's a bit unfortunate that there is two very solid black cards apart from the bomb. This is a semi-bomb as well, but I don't think that I can pass up on it. There's not very much else. Moon Huron is okay. And second pack we get, I suppose the Invisible Stalker could be an option, but I'm going to go with this Markov's Patrician simply because it's the only playable black card, and that means that I'm hopefully sending the signal that the persons to my left should not go into black. Otherwise, there's a Grizzled Outcast in green, as well as a Hamlet Captain, the Invisible Stalker. Those are the strongest cards. 1, 2, and let's see. Depending on what archetype you like, the Stalker or the Hamlet Captain, I would take one of those as the second strongest in this pack, and then it's second and third, and then it's a Grizzled Outcast. This is not good in draft, but I like token decks, so it might be playable outside of in constructed. And now we get it's a choice between Battleground Geist and Avakin's Pilgrim, and I think that I'd rather play. Let's see, should I play blue-black flyers or blue-black something, or should I play green-black and just ramp out? Since this is the only ramp card, as well, can be a ramp card if you manage to kill your guy with Prophet on turn 2. It's ramping, and turn 3 it's also ramp. But Avakin's Pilgrim, I'd say, is the strongest card after the Battleground Geist, and I'm not sure that I want to play black-blue. Should I? This is hard. Now I'm going to go with the Pilgrim and just keep shipping the blue cards, and hopefully I'll not suffer for it. In this pack, I have Esterhide Boar. Apart from that, the good cards are in blue and red, because all these 3 red cards are at least decent, depending on what type of deck you make. This one is great in reanimation, or the stitched, the zombie deck, as well as in Burning Vengeance. And Ironsmith is simply good. Ashmar Found is good in the aggressive red deck, not as good in when the game goes longer. And then we have the Dissipate, which is not to be underestimated, since there are so many effects that take the graveyard into account. And this is unexpected. We actually get cut off black, and we get sent the 2 strongest red removal. I'm the most the ones that I say strongest because Harvest Pyre can take down basically anything, and Brimstone Volley is good as it is. It's worse. The Harvest Pyre is definitely worse than Geist Flame, because Geist Flame can take care of 2 things, and you don't need to have things in your graveyard. But the Brimstone, the Harvest Pyre does have potential, and the Brimstone Volley is definitely, I'd say, it's definitely the best card in this pack. Spidery Grasp is decent, more than decent, but I'll take the Brimstone Volley, and I won't have any qualms about it. And then we get sent a Rolling Templar. I like this card quite a lot. Being able to sweep the board at your own pleasure when everyone to is strong, especially since there are decks filled with pesky dudes that you might not be able to block. The the stalking, the stalker and intimidate guys, for example, the white 2/2 for 2. Otherwise, if this one wasn't here, I would take the Unburial Right because I have white available to me through the Pilgrim. But as is, I'm going to keep picking the red cards. I have an option here in the Lumberknot, and I also have the Stensia Bloodball. And if I could go 3 colors. The question is, should I go red-green splashing, green-black splashing for these 2 red spells so far, or should I go red-green and basically double splash this one, where it's double costed? And I think that green is going to be one of my main colors. So I take the Lumberknot here, and since we're still getting cuts off black, it's going to be hard to get that going. Creepy Doll is not that exciting. I think that my only option here is to take the Riot Devils and just go into red-green and hopefully live off of that with maybe a green splash. Here I got the choice between Grave Bramble, which I've never seen that being played. The Creepy Doll, which again, it's not that exciting. The effect isn't good enough. Night Terrors, on the other hand, I played it and I had it played against me, and it's never bad. So I'm going to take that. The Cathar was the best card, but it was way off color, so it wasn't really an option. Rare pick. And here we get Fen Snake. I'm going to take that just because we don't really know where we will end up. We are quite evenly spread across 3 colors. Skeletal Grimash is it has potential. Not something that I'd like to play, but so we got a bunch of black filler cards in the end. This card, I mean, I've played effects that made my opponent discard 2 cards for the cost of 4 before. Usually they would have a greater upside than being a 1/1 with Intimidate, like having Cycling, which is definitely better. But I'm not against playing the Rain Weevil, not at all. So what we get here, we've got Tribute to Hunger, but we've also got Into the Maw of Hell. And I think that the Maw is going to be the pick. I mean, 13 damage, kill anything and destroy a land. It's never going to be bad. So otherwise, there's this Watchkeep, which is also a very strong card, but I'm not sure which one is the strongest out of these 2 red cards. I'm going to go with Into the Maw. There's also a review for the white player, and there's a Vampire Interloper, but I can't say that it's very close to those cards. And here we get a Curse, Rage Thrower, the Diagraph Ghoul, which I think I'm going to take. It seems like we are leaning more towards, well, I can't say it for sure that we are leaning towards anything. We have 3 green cards, playable green cards. We have 4 playable red cards and a bunch of black, which all are playable, but were way lower on the pick order than some of the other cards that we've got. But I'm going to take this digraph rule, I think. I could take the Crystal Outcast. It's a strong. Should I take that instead? I mean, if I'm going to play these black cards, I think that I want to be heavier black. I could play just some of them and just go, yeah, I'll take the stronger Outcast instead, and see if I can just get that, and hopefully get that instead. Now we get sent Victim of Night, Typhoid Rats, and there's a Keen Hunter, Oyster Spirit. Now we get all the whites, which is understandable because that was a card that was cut as well in the first pack. But Victim of Night is a pick, even though it's not in our color per se. It's the best. Here we've got a Scourge of Gaia Reach, another double colored. We have double black, double green, double red so far, and there's also a Hollow Henge Scavenger. I think that the Scavenger is slightly better than the Gaia Reach because the Gaia Reach, it's easier to handle. I think I mean, it dies to it paddles a 3/3 while it's a 4/4 and it still dies. Whereas this is genuinely big. I want a travel preparation or two to make this deck decent, but I'll take that Hollow Henge Scavenger. And here we get what do we get? We get the Screeching Bat. That's the best card in the pack. There's Voice of Spirit, which is decent. There's a Pissing Wolf, which is more than decent, and Think Twice. But Screeching Bat, I think, is the best card, and it's going to be my pick. Well, nothing for us. There is a Grasp of Phantoms, and there is a Claustrophobia. Not sure which one I'm going to hate. I'm not going to pick Inquisitor's Veil. I don't care about Think Twice. Don't care about sensory deprivation, but Claustrophobia and Grasp of Phantoms are annoying. I think that I'm going to take the Claustrophobia. It's cheaper and it's permanent removal, especially against something like this. So I'm cutting the Claustrophobia. Shimmering Grotto, that's the thing for this deck. There is a Lumberknock, but I have to take this Grotto while I can. Spider Grasp is decent, more than decent. This more than Haunt is good, but Shimmering Grotto helps us with all our double hostage things. Dead weight, definitely dead weight. It's in this set. This is quality removal, even though it doesn't kill everything. It's so good. Grasp of Phantoms is also but more than decent card. Bramble Crush is playable. Resolute is playable in some decks, but Dead Weight is definitely the pick for me. Well, I'm going to cut this review. And I realize I'm most likely going to get one of those in the last pack if I need one, or the Bramble Crush. I'd much rather not have all my guys killed by have my guys die while they attack. And here we got the rule back to us. I'm going to take that a bit more early game, because right now we start at 3 and that is it's too late. Riot Devils is maybe a bit more solid of a card, but I'm not going to take that when I have already have 3 creatures at 3 mana. Attacking the sentry, getting second fence snake or cutting a spectral flight, because right now we don't have all that many ways of dealing with flyers. I could argue that that makes that playable, but fence snake is my color at least. Don't care about the blue spell. Just picking the spells. So we have 18 playables, 1 land. Oh, so let's see. Well, there's really nothing that I want to play that's among these cards. So I might as well take the Hinterland Harbor because I think it's worth something as well. So this is worth 1.2 ticks, one tick basically, and that's enough for me to take it since there's nothing in this pack that I'd like to play. Neonate, this isn't the deck for Neonate. The best cards in this pack are white, blue, and artifacts. The moment all these 3 white cards, both these 2 blue cards, and this dagger, both. I think that all of those are better than this Neonate, which is the best red card in the pack. It's a sad situation, but I take the land. Well, another land. I'm going to check the value of that as well. So that's worth 2 ticks. I'm not going to argue with that, even though there is 3. Now it's 3 more than decent red and black cards here. I'm going to take this because this is a Swiss, and in Swiss you need to pick money in order to have any hopes of making it to the next draft without having to pay extra. And I think that I can survive, even though they would definitely make my deck stronger. I can survive without them. And now I've actually got 2 blue sources, so I could play the Claustrophobia. Well, this is easy. Elder of Laurels, that's a quality green quality guy. The effect is among the best you can hope for. So we hide white. I don't think I'm going to play those spells. Let's see here. I'm going to hide the fence snakes for the time being, as well as the weevil. Parallel lives is not going to see play. Not the terrors. No. So, travel preparations is playable. Gristle Outcast is playable, but we already have quite a lot on the high end. So I think that travel preparation is best for our deck, as the way it's shaping up, being just a bunch of expensive stuff. And we get a Getstaff Shepherd. I'm going to take that. There's also a Corpse Lunge, but I'd rather have the creature, the very solid creature, on the 2 drop, which we are lacking. Interlope is fine, but the Shepherd is way stronger. And now we get sent Village Ironsmith. I'm going to take that as well. Rage Thrower. Once again, we have enough up here. I don't think that I'm going to need the Rage Thrower at the top end. But Village Ironsmith is a solid 2 drop. Oh, Harvest Pyre. Unfortunately, somehow it's in the same pack as Naturalize. And I accidentally took the Naturalize. Damn it. I was hovering above it, and then I accidentally clicked as well. That was just bad. Well, now I got it, if I ever need it. So here's the Typhoid Rats and the Tribute to Hunger. Tribute to Hunger is decent, but not more. It's not going to be game winning. since it's they get to choose what creature they sacrifice. Typhoid rats, on the other hand, it's always going to be at least it's at least going to trade, or they will waste a spell on it. So I'm going to take the rats rather than the tribute. Yeah, I'm going to cut this Cathar because it's the strongest. I don't care about this curse. I'm not going to play the Grave Bramble, so I'm just cutting the more than decent white card there. I am going to take the Spider, even though I said earlier that I have enough at the top end. This is something that can deal with flyers, and that might be hard for this deck. So Spider. Well, I'm going to take the foil because I didn't want any of those cards. Cutting the Bell Ring. A Bell Ring is a good card. Well, Desperate Ravens, I could play that. And we end up with 24 playables. I think I'm going to cut this Claustrophobia. I'll see what the deck looks like when I'm building it, but I think that I don't have enough. I have enough removal anyways. I have Temblor, Brimstone Volley, Victim of Night, Dead Weight. Well, we'll see. I might just, out of those cards that I had available, I think that I'm more likely to cut the Naturalize because I don't need that main deck. So 22 cards, 23 cards, 15 creatures. That's a good creature count. I have a decent early start here. This Desperate Ravings might be the worst card considering what the deck looks like. Let's see. What else is those three cards? And into the more as well. So we've got an even spread, 1 through 5, which is not optimal in most cases. But I think that we have such good quality. We've got this Desperate Raving. The discard at random is might be annoying, but you can always choose to play it where the damage done is at its lowest, from 0 cards in hand, or from when you have a full grip and you just don't care what, because the overall, I mean, it's going to be more. I think it's good enough to be in the deck, drawing into stuff that we need. So we are mainly green, and then it's slight edge towards black, I think, because we have both the Bloodline and the Victim, and these early drops, topping it off with some red spells and faint blue splash. And I think that we can live with just one island because we have these three guys. One island, then we have access to extra red of that one, and we have, let's see, we've only got top end double green, so 5-5-3-1. This is a really clunky mana base, but I kind of like the deck as it is. It's going to be hard getting it to run smoothly. I can agree with that. Just cutting the Claustrophobia would make it a little bit easier since I would release this island. But that one island isn't going to be do a whole lot of difference because these two, this is basically a forest, and this is basically a mountain. That's not going to change, even though they also provide with blue mana. And I've even got a small white flashback here. So it's basically 5 color control. I like that. Well, see you for round 1.